Before I go any further, I'm just going to take these wires that we just connected and just kind of attach them to this ballast here so that it's a little neater and keep them out of the way. Like that. So that is our power input and the power connection to the motor. Now everything that's left is the lighting. The blue wire is like the common output for the lighting. So all the lights are going to be connected to the blue, and then the individual control is going to come from the remaining wires. So when I cut these wires, I didn't take the weight, the ballast here, into consideration. So now one of these wires is too short because it has to join up with the other one to connect to the common blue wire. So I'm going to have to put a little extra wire back from that I cut off and put that back on. So a quick redo and we're back on track. So I'm going to twist these two wires together before I tin them. Like so. And then I'm also going to put the resistor in there for the one LED that I do want to put in here, which is for the cabin illumination, which is going to be just for fun. If it doesn't work, I don't have to turn it on. So I'm going to cut this shorter. And connect it. Like so. Now we're going to take the blue common positive wire and it's going to join those two wires here and the resistor that I just put in there. So we're going to cut that right around there. We'll strip that. A little too much. Tin that as well. Like that. And we'll make it a little shorter. Same shrink tube. And we're ready to connect that one like this. Move the shrink tube over it again once again. Like so. So we have 3 wires remaining. We have white for the headlight, yellow for the tail light, and green for the auxiliary 1 function. So we need to run the white wire to the headlight, and at this point we don't yet know if the direction that the motor is going to go is actually going to correspond to this light illuminating, but that is just the way it is. If we have to switch it around later, we can do so. So we're going to cut this one right here and repeat the same process for all 3 of these wires. So the white wire again is going to connect to the headlight like so. We move up the shrink tube and shrink it down. And we'll repeat that for the other wires. And then the last piece is the green wire going to the LED for the interior lighting, which, like I said, is just a curiosity at this point. If it doesn't work or it looks not right, I simply won't use it. Let's tin that wire up. Get one more shrink tube. Let's connect that. Like that. And that's it. So now we have all our lights connected, and our motor, and our power input, and everything else. And we need to make this kind of clean up a little bit. But like I said, there's so much room in this locomotive that putting a decoder in here isn't going to be much trouble. So here's our decoder, Lock Pilot 54611 with an 8-pin plug, just like that. And let's get this one set up. So we're simply going to match up the colors. We have the orange one, or actually that's the red one here, and the gray one right there, and we have the red one here and the gray one there. So we plug them in, and that's it. We'll twist this out of the way and put some more tape in it to hold it in place. But other than that, that's gonna be it. So, we're ready to try it out. I've got my Z21 iPad here. We'll go to CV programming, and we're going to read. And it comes back as address 3, which is correct. So I put in the name of the loco, BR60LBE, and I put in the 2 functions. And so let's test the lights first of all. Yep. And then the interior lighting. Yeah, so that works. All right, we're ready for the road test here. Let's see what we have. Turn on the headlight. And it works, and it's even in the right direction. That's luck. Gonna switch directions here. Looks like the power pickup is a little sketchy, but I think on the real track that'll clear itself. Let's see how it does here. All right. So let's take it down to the track and see if it'll run around and get a little bit better improvement out of it. So here we are at my layout, and we're going to put this on the track here. And let's see, we turn the lights on, and that works. We'll put the track positions in place, and let's see what happens. If we switch directions and turn the interior lighting on, not too shabby. Now before I put the cap on, I want to point out a couple things I did off camera, primarily because it was a very tedious, time-consuming process of trial and error. I put in this black craft paper here and here to prevent light bleeding through the wheel well, and then on the front I did the same thing. I also put a piece of foam inside here so that none of the wiring could ever come in contact with the push rods as they're moving in and out. Then I also, with craft paper, built this partition inside to prevent light bleeding through from the rear tail light into the cab compartment. So hopefully that will work. So now I'm ready to put the cap back on. Because I added this craft paper here, I did take the front buffers out, so I don't have to pivot it to get it in there. And we just have to line up the dots, spread the case out a little bit. Got that one in, got that one in. Then we put the buffers in. Let's see. That's one. That's two. Then on the front, one and two. And it's back together.